The best Korean movies on Netflix right now. Love and Leashes. When you think of romantic comedy, BDSM doesn't necessarily come to mind. And yet this is the theme explored in Park Hyun-jin's Love and Leashes. This 2022 romantic comedy tells the story of Ji-woo, Seo-hyun, who is introduced to the world of BDSM by her colleague Ji-hoo, Lee Jun-young. Praised for its refreshingly accurate portrayal of kink, the film is surprisingly cute and wholesome. It strives to remove the stigma behind BDSM and is truly informative. Aside from her effort to be precise and respectful, Love and Leashes also differs from films like 50 Shades of Grey in that Ji-woo plays the dominant role in the contractual relationship between her and Ji-hoo. Also, Lee and Seo-hyun have a palpable chemistry that makes it hard not to root for them and their relationship. Looking for a feel-good office romance with a little twist? Love and Leashes will surely satisfy you. 20th Century Girl. 20th Century Girl is a charming, beautifully shot film written and directed by Woo Bang. Set before the new millennium in 1999, 20th Century Girl follows a sweet and kind teenager, Na Bo-ra, Kim Yoo-jong, who has a whimsical imagination. When her best friend asks her to keep an eye on a popular boy in her class, Na Bo-ra finds herself in an unexpected romance. By emphasizing the use of outdated technology from the late 1990s, 20th Century Girl plays with modern tropes through a nostalgic lens, allowing the audience to reminisce about simpler times, both in terms of society and the reliving that first crush. High Society. High Society revolves around Jang Tae-jun, Park Hae-il, and Oh Soo-yeon, Soo Ae, a married couple who would do anything to join society's elite. Jae, a popular economics professor, becomes a hero after saving the life of a man on fire on TV. To capitalize on his popularity, he decides to go into politics. His wife Oh works in the art world and does everything in her power to take her boss's place, including having an affair with a high-profile photographer. Sleek and glamorous, High Society is sure to please fans of shows like Succession and Elite. Sweet and Sour. Sweet and Sour is a delightful Korean romantic comedy that explores the universal struggles and celebrations of dating. Featuring a young and attractive cast consisting of Jang Ki-young, Crystal Young, and Chai Soo-bin, Sweet and Sour takes classic rom-com tropes and implements them in a modern Korean setting. Despite cultural differences, this film is accessible to a global audience. Follow this cute couple on their journey to try to stay together through a long-distance relationship and the challenges they face, including flirty coworkers. Sweet and Sour is just that, a delicious tribute to love. Veteran. The veteran setup is a familiar concept. Badass cop Seo Do-cheol, Hwang Young-min, is determined to hire arrogant millionaire Jo Tae-oh, Yoo-in, who runs his own crime syndicate and has been trying to assassinate Hwang. Friend, justice despite the overwhelming odds. Veteran doesn't feel corny, though, instead blending its own unique characters with an intoxicating mix of action and suspense. A hard-hitting confrontation between Hwang and Jo in one of the final scenes of the movie is particularly exciting. Veteran also has a deeply moral core, exploring the social divisions and abuse of power within Korean society. But despite the serious themes the film deals with, it's also genuinely funny and seamlessly transitions between comedy and drama. The cast is excellent too. Yoo-in is particularly deliciously evil as Jo, and Seo Do-cheol gives a strong performance as the ruthless cop trying to bring him down. Overall, Veteran is a thoroughly entertaining action film that pairs particularly well with a large bowl of popcorn. Night in Paradise. If you're looking for a classic crime thriller that South Korean filmmakers are known for, then the Netflix original movie Night in Paradise is a solid choice. Directed by Park Hoon-young, the dark drama stars Taegu as Park Taegu, a gangster who turns down an offer to join the rival Buksom gang, resulting in the murder of his entire family. Taegu then retaliates by killing those responsible before fleeing to the picturesque island of Jeju. There he meets a woman named Kim Jae-yeon, played by John Yeo-bin, who is terminally ill with only a short time to live, and the two form a bond. Unfortunately, Taegu's troubles chase him to the island while the Buksom gang give chase. South Korea has a knack for inventing complex and exciting revenge stories with compelling anti-heroes. Taegu is a skilled assassin whose life is turned upside down by his loyalty, and the only thing he cares about most, his family, is taken away from him. In the year, Jae-yeon, Taegu finds someone who went through a similar situation and ends up alone but doesn't want to be alone, so they start building a life together. Their relationship becomes the emotional focus of an action-packed adventure. Time to Hunt. Another Netflix original, Time to Hunt, is a thriller set in a dystopian near future where poverty is even more pervasive and destructive. A group of friends, desperate to get out of town and start a better life, decide to join forces in one last heist on a popular bookie to get the money they need. When they successfully pull off the heist and steal a large sum of money and the security hard drives, the gambling house owners decide to get revenge by hiring a ruthless assassin to hunt down the four friends and recover the stolen property. Directed by Yoon Sung-hyun, the film stars Choi Woo-shik, who you may recognize as Parasite's son, Lee Jae-hoon, Ahn Jae-hong, Park Young-min, and Park Hae-soo. Perfect for people who like heist movies or action-packed drama, the thriller Time to Hunt is sure to keep you hooked as the four friends fight for their lives. Space Sweepers. Korean films cover all genres, including science fiction. This 2021 film, Space Sweepers, is set in the year 2092 after the Earth has become almost uninhabitable and all who can have gone to space to live. A large corporation called UTS has begun construction of an orbital structure that would attract select citizens to live in the constructed utopia. But those without wealth or privilege are pretty unlucky, and that includes the many who work as space sweepers or people who collect space junk around the world to make a living. Space Sweepers focuses on a tight-knit team of these workers who must contend with UTS when they find a blind girl named Dorothy, Park Yerin, who is highly sought after by the company. UTS claims it's actually a robotic weapon, but the crew can't help but fall in love with the girl, so they continue debating whether to sell her for wealth or protect her from UTS. The film stars Song Joong-ki as Kim Tae-ho, a former soldier who now works with Captain Jang, played by the handmaidens Kim Tae-ri, on his ship, along with Jin Seung-kyu as Tiger Park and his robot friend. Bubs voiced by Yoo Hae-jin. Also in the film is Richard Armitage, who plays the greedy and controlling CEO of UTS. Tune In for Love. Starring Young Hae-in as Hyun-woo and Kim Go-eun, whom some of you may know from the popular Korean drama Guardian, The Lonely and Great God, as Mi-soo. Tune In for Love is a sweet love story that in itself, or it has years and follows hapless lovers Hyun-woo and Mi-soo through the many ups and downs of their relationship. When they first meet in 1994 at a bakery where Mi-soo works, the two become close, but strange situations always seem to tear them apart. Whether it's a lost email password, a broken phone, or even a jail sentence, the two don't seem to be on a break. Despite this, Mi-soo and Hyun-woo continue to search for each other over the years, determined to be with the other person no matter what life obstacles come their way. If you are in the mood for an honest and subtle romance, Tune In for Love is the perfect choice. Okja. While most of this film is in English, it is still a South Korean film. Directed by Bong Joon-ho and co-written by him and John Ronson, Okja is the story of a young girl named Mija, Ahn Seo-hyun, who was on a mission to save the super pig she raised named Okja. Rescue. The animal is part of a major experiment for the meat industry being run by an energy-hungry U.S. company with the ultimate goal of consuming Okja. It's definitely a commentary on capitalism in America, along with the brutal treatment of animals in the food industry, particularly pigs. The film is star-studded, with Bong's longtime collaborator Tilda Swinton alongside Paul Dano, Byung-hee Bong, Jake Gyllenhaal, Stephen Yeun, Lily Collins, Giancarlo Esposito, and others. The film is Bong's second English-language film after 2013's Snowpiercer, and while he will definitely continue to focus on Korean films like the Oscar-winning Parasite, Okja represents his growing presence in Hollywood and the American film industry. Heartbreaking, funny, and beautiful, Okja's story definitely makes you think about what kind of food we eat and how it gets from the farm to the stomach. After seeing Okja, I have my fingers crossed that Gyllenhaal, Dano, and Yoon will work with Bong again in the future.